What's going on, everyone? This is Austin the Doctor, and welcome to another Anime Sunday, thing, where we're gonna go through a couple episodes and talk about what's going on in this week of anime. So, first things first, it is Ryou's Work Is Never Done, and it was a good episode. I honestly have to say it was pretty good. We see Ika kind of harass Yachi to have a battle with the good Ai. And Ai wins her first match, her match to get to the finals in the good one. I'm going to call them Good Ai and Bad Ai kind of thing. But Good Ai was actually adorable as hell in the beginning of the episode. And honestly, it was really nice to see a little break of, seriousness with adorableness, I guess. But yeah, Bad Ai actually won her match to get into the finals too, and Ginko was getting jealous from Yachi's disciples kind of being so friendly to him, and kind of dedicating their win to him. But we learned how Yachi met Ika playing shogi from online, actually, and it was kind of interesting to see that little kind of flesh out thing. Ika actually asked Yachi out when he got his title, but he rejected her, and we see that Yachi is telling Ginko that, then Good Ai and Ginko kind of beat down Yachi out of jealousy to find out more information, because they thought that he and her were actually going out, which was actually kind of cool and kind of funny at the same time. Ika actually stalked the hell out of Yachi after he rejected her, as we saw, and Ika only wanted Yachi to play shogi with, nothing else. She didn't even want a real relationship. The good one found a reason to win her next game to make Ika make sure she doesn't want to bother Yachi anymore and she won't lose her position as a disciple. Ginko beated Ika because Ika lost of a foul that she kind of didn't play fair by the rules, so she lost that. The Good Ai actually had that whole entire battle was really intense, and it was kind of cool to see, and the Good Ai actually beat Ika, and I was really happy to see that, and Ika was just so confused at what just happened, and it was interesting, to say the least. Both of the Ai's won their match. Kaika, I don't know how to pronounce her name, the girl I actually do like in that anime, won her match, and the Ai's dedicated their win to Yachi's birthday, and the episode actually ended on a pretty good note, I have to say. But that was for Ryou's Work Is Never Done. Let's go on to the next one. Takagai-San and, I'm going to call them the Crank versus Prank anime version, but Nishi gets a new phone and plans to tease basically Tagi. Didn't really go so well, and the plan goes south, and she still gives him her email address. I thought it was kind of adorable. He only has 2 contacts on his phone. It was a little depressing to see that, I'm not going to lie. The poor kid, though. He tries to tease her again, but it ends up backfiring him, and she kind of tells him that she's talking to a guy, and him being a bit stupid kind of bites into the bait and ends up completely embarrassed to find out it was her cousin that she was texting. But yeah, that will be for the Taki-san thing. Now let's go on to the parallel Deathmarch to the Parallel World. Thank God. But yeah. So we all saw the beginning of him kind of leading up to beating Zen. Zen wanted to be defeated by a hero due to be killing in his past life, or being, I think it was his past life, unjustly. And Zen wants to die just to see his wife again. I thought that was actually kind of cool, that we kind of see that he wasn't really that bad of a guy. He was more forced to do it. But a purple mist appears out of Zen's demolished body and tells Saito that they'll meet again, which is the main antagonist in the whole entire thing. Of course, Mia gets rescued by Sato, and Zen kind of talked about how the people that are reincarnated need to not use their God-given power too much, because it can corrupt them and become what he was. And that's a possible foreshadowing, I think, that Arisa might turn into what Zen was. Saito gets Nana into his harem girls, which was one of many of the, I want to call them android-like girls that Zen made. And Zen gives the credit to the girls that were Zen's kind of people for saving Mia, and basically it's kind of interesting to see that Saito doesn't want to be involved and get all the glory. He doesn't want to be in attention, the center of attention, basically. Zena and Saito will probably be together by the spring because her brother isn't going to become the head of her family, and she doesn't want to leave due to being kind of betraying her family in a sense. I thought it was interesting to throw that off. But it seems that this season, I think this is going to be a 12 anime episode, probably. But we're going to see him in the Elf Village, probably more in the next season. But yeah, that was Deathmarch to the Parallel World. Let's go to Toji Katana Maidens. Now, this was an interesting episode, to say the least. And we see in the beginning that Nora pits with the head of the origami family charging up, and it kind of just surrounds her. It was very interesting to see what's going to happen. And it's kind of foreshadowing that the big armada is going to be coming. But the police are starting to arrest anyone being a part of what they call the terrorist unit, I guess. And the kind of not really. It's a Cold War. Like, if you're accused of being something and you have no evidence, you're screwed. But that's what's going on. It's like a hysteria. The origami family has had Nora from the 20 years ago of the incident, and the origami family is starting to question why the STT has anti-Toji weapons and they're using it mercilessly. They think it's a bit messed up in a sense, and it's good to see that contrast of everyone wanting to win the war and the people are like, whoa, we can't use those are a bit messed up. And the girls just want to now avenge everyone from the village that got wiped out, and all the Toji people at one point were having their protection layers kind of out due to the head of the origami family kind of using all that armada or Nora. And we see the girls kind of go their own separate way to fight Yukia, whatever her name is, the head of the origami family. I'm not going to get that correct, I know that. But they kind of prepare for that, and we see Kanami talk with her mom again and hear how she's stronger than the head of the origami family. And that was kind of interesting to see that it's kind of foreshadowing that Kanami will be a lot more stronger and possibly will be the person that will defeat her. And Hirori appoints Mia as the captain for the operation that they're about to do. And Akane spills the truth about the Great Armada, that her sister is the one that caused it, the entire thing, basically, and has been storing it all along. And they ended off with the girls kind of getting launched at the HQ of where everything was going on. And it was quite an interesting episode. I enjoyed it. But let's move on to the next one, which is the Grandcrest War, or the records of the Grandcrest War, or Grandcrest Seki, whatever you prefer. I don't judge. We actually get to see the first time a naval battle kind of brew up, and we see finally that Melissa has betrayed his father by killing him because he is a part of the new alliance. And we see that Altric has kind of realized that he's been betrayed, and Valar knows that he's been betrayed by him. It's kind of the whole building. This episode was kind of really boring. I'm just going to be real. It wasn't that great. And it's just, it wasn't the best, nor was it the worst. It's just, I hope it gets better because I don't want to keep watching it, especially after what happened with the princess. She kind of did unspeakable things. But Killing Bites won't be in this, by the way. Let's go on to now Beatless. Beatless was good. I liked it. We started to see more of the pro-humans start to make more of a moves to destroy the entire HIEs because they don't want them. And I have a feeling that Arto, his friend, is going to betray him. And he basically kind of, the sense of that is because he tells him to stop caring so much about Lucia because she's a robot, and he accuses her of analog hacking Arto. And I mean, it's kind of sad that it's starting to become like a hysteria too in this, and it's going to end up being a big war. Whew, I caught myself there. But we see later on that Lucia's model number is the same as the guys in HIE in Egypt, and it's kind of like his replacement daughter after she died. And I feel it's kind of a BS kind of thing, trying to make Arto give up Lucia, because that was the whole concept of this episode. They wanted Lucia to come back for some reason. And we see Lucia start become more human, in a sense, by holding Arto's hand, or arm, I'm going to say, and telling him that she wants him to be her master. And it ended on a pretty good note, in my opinion. It could have been worse, but talking about worse, let's go to Citrus. But Citrus is interesting. It was all good until the ending. The ending kind of pissed me off. Yuzu kind of got mad at, couldn't kiss Mei, and Mei got mad at it. And Mei kind of was playing the, really, you messed with me and I'm mad at you. And we see Sarah and, I think, what's the other one? Nina introduced in this, and they're both twins, and it's kind of funny that Sarah likes Mei, and it's going to be a big love triangle, but we see that Yuzu and Sarah meet because they missed the train to their field trip, and they both are going to the same area, and they are in the same hotel, and it's quite interesting. And Yuzu hurts Mei because Mei asked her, "How do you feel about me?" And this is what pissed me off, because I don't want to go in circles with animes. I'd rather not. I didn't like Your Name because of that. And Mei gets mad because Yuzu didn't get to finish what she said. She loves you. She loves her as a family member, but and that's where she got cut off. I know Yuzu wanted to say, "I actually really do love you," because we saw that in the preview. And the thing that kind of got overlooked, I think, in this episode is the whole marriage thing. I don't know if anyone picked that up. I know I did. It was a bit surprising to see that, but yeah. Possibly that marriage is still going through, who knows. But let's get to Darling in the Franxx. That episode, people are complaining that Goro didn't die, and to those people, just stop watching Darling in the Franxx. If you want someone to die, don't watch this, because it's not that type of anime. This anime is actually really good, and it's because it's To Love Ru. The writer of To Love Ru is writing this. And if you want to check his previous work out, there you go. Read his mangas, watch his anime. Maru is my favorite season, if you're wondering. But people need to understand that it's now Ichigo and Goro. I don't like the Ichigo, 02, and Hiro love triangle. And my theory, talking with my people and my friend, that what's going to happen is Ichigo is going to go to Hiro one last time and get rejected by him, and she's going to go to Goro. And this episode really kind of solidified it that 02 and Hiro are going to be a thing. There's nothing you can do if you're an Ichigo and Hiro lover, because it's just done. So please stop, for the love of God. But on top of that, talking about more theories about that entire anime, we kind of hear, me and my friend were talking about it, that the blonde person, I have a feeling it's going to be a girl, is kind of an elite guard, because they all were in special uniforms, and they kind of protect Hiro. And people thought he was talking about 02, but I'm like, no, that he was directly looking at Hiro and saying that you're getting along. And Hiro had to get his mind wiped a couple times because of some horrible experiments, which is my theory. And my theory is that we're going to start seeing the entire rebellion starting, because all the people are already pissed off that we're going to leave Goro behind. Seriously, the heads wanted to leave him behind and get him, basically let him die, and that's going to fuel it. And I feel that 02 is going to lead that rebellion, and Franxx isn't going to really kind of care, or he might, which by sending the elite guards. And we're going to see a clash between that blonde person. I'm not calling it a girl or a boy yet, because we don't know, but we're going to see that 02 is going to get really angry with that person, because I have the feeling that blonde is going to try to steal Hiro from 02, and it's going to make a good thing. And guys, you got to remember, this is not a harem anime. It is not, so stop it, please. But anyways, more news about anime is we finally get a little more information about Re:Zero with its dub series, which I'm very surprised it's getting one, because it's a bit too late in my opinion. And the OVA is coming out April 7th. If not mistaken, and that possibly will have Season 2 information of when it's going to be released. On top of that, we get to hear about High School DxD, as you saw in my previous video. It actually had a solid release date, which is on April 10th. And as I said, I don't know if it's going to be April 10th for Eastern Standard Time and above, because usually, there's a 13-hour difference for me with it, so I'm probably going to say around like April 11th for me and the people in the US. So take that with a grain of salt. And we finally get to see that Darling in the Franxx announcement that they're going to have a volume 1, which is going to be probably 1 through 12 episodes, coming out on April 25th. And the cover art actually looks really cool. I'll try to find that post for you guys. It's on their Facebook page and show you. But anyways, guys, this was Anime Sunday. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I'll see you until the next time. This is Austin the Doctor. Sign out. Peace.